Yeah.
Happy Friday, everyone. Salutations and greetings. Please mute yourself, Mr. Hunter.
What?
You have the echo.
Man, sorry. I will turn that off. I'm trying to fix my light. It keeps like slipping around on me.
He's just having all sorts of technical
Man, I wish I
difficulties.
could be a professional about any of this.
You know what? It's hard. The difficulty is not the other thing we're doing. Oh my goodness.
Carry
There we go. This guy. There we go.
There.
All right.
Hold
So
on.
in her. So
Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday. We're all excited about Friday. If you pre-ordered the Christmas edition, that digital edition is now in your email. Pretty pumped about that. So this will be the first time you guys receive full-size posters from us if you ordered them.
Ooh.
Because
That's right.
yeah, the Christmas book had a couple full-size, like movie-size posters that are going out. I think they're like 24 by 36, something like that.
Poster size.
Yeah. So they're pretty hefty. I'm pretty excited about those. So Where They Dwell did awesome. Like awesome
Yes.
campaign. I don't get the time often to sit and talk about campaigns of past, but we really appreciate that. Everybody's support and stuff. They're like halfway through it already. Like the guys are killing that book right now.
Nice.
And then My Metal Girl only has the additional pages left. So there's a ton of work going on right now.
And Fallen Leaves too.
And Fallen Leaves 2 only has the additional pages left.
Seriously? That's
oh my God.
amazing news. I know.
So we have brought on another individual to do the additional pages because as much as we like Gabriel, we just like we're trying to get that book out the door. We love the shit out of Gabriel, but that book has got to go home. You know what I mean? So
he's an incredible artist. No,
absolutely.
No arguing that. But yeah,
Batman. You know what I mean? But I immediately want him on the next book, so we gotta get through this one.
Yes. So you want to cut no extraneous stuff for him. It's just
just the story.
Right on it.
Just the story, exactly.
Same thing with Theater 7, right on issue 3 as soon as we're done. And we're supposed to get we're supposed to get the rest of that by the end of the month. So that'll be exciting. JT Malloy has been smashing through Greed.
Nice.
Smashing through Greed. So I think
I've really gotten a kick out of the little hints and sneak peeks that he showed.
He's been having
between you and him.
Oh, yeah.
It's really a lot of fun. So,
he's been really enjoying himself with it. So with Bladen's guidance, all these guys work with Bladen, so it's really cool to see the influence on the artwork that comes out. And then Mitch Massey is almost done with the listener pages as well.
Okay.
So I think the next book you guys are going to receive after the Christmas book is actually BGD4.
Really? Okay.
Because it's done. Like it's done, and we're just going to move it up in a print slot. So that'll be the next one.
We got the bonus pages for that, right? Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's.
Yep. David colored those, and they look great.
I will flip flop it on my list.
Yeah. So that'll come out. Well, I'm trying to, with the way that as we've grown, stuff happens in artists' lives, things occur. So it's like with the way that we put out product, it is as quickly as we put out product, we have to be able to quote unquote pivot, right? So we have to be able to go, hey, look, we're real sorry. We got to wait a couple extra months, but the art's getting done. It's beautiful, yada, yada. But with our amazing team, it's easier to do that than it would have been before, and we add new talent to the Ethereal team weekly. Like it's amazing. Speaking of new talent, starting in January, Dan Wickline will be the lead editor for Ethereal. And he's going to have a fancy title like Bladen and April do. He's going to have one of those. But he's also doing a book he's got coming out called, what is it? The Morgan? Bladen?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I think.
yeah, he's either going with the Morrigan or Morgana.
Right.
But it's going to be a lot of fun. He's bringing on an incredibly talented art team. Speaking of David Ocampo, I think he's coloring that book too.
Keeping David.
It's funny. People are like, you use David a lot, but I don't know if you guys, everybody that's newer doesn't know the backstory to that. When I started, way before Ethereal, when it was just we were putting out books under different labels and stuff like that, it was like we were doing the Listener, and I would remember I was reaching out for an artist. I was trying to find somebody to do the work. I was very, very new and wet behind the ears to all this, and I had gotten contact with David because I was looking for his line artist. And his line artist happened to mess his hand up real bad at the time. I can't even remember the guy's name. But he had gone into surgery and couldn't work for us at the time. And I remember David going, well, I need work, but I can't do interiors. And I was like, well, okay. And I'd love to have you do like prints. So the first thing he did were ethereal prints, were Listener prints. And they did really well. Everybody really liked them. It's great artwork. But then all of a sudden it was like I just kept finding myself working with David on little things on the side and covers here and there and stuff like that. And so when it came to BGD and when Bladen and I were ready to sit down and do it, I was like, man, I've been working with this guy for like a year and a half. You know, this dude's real awesome. He's a really nice guy. He gets work done on time. And he's very talented. He's been around for a while, you know, and after that, it was just like, you know, peas and carrots. It's easy to work with him. And it's such a cool symbiotic relationship because when you work with someone on projects enough, it gets to the point where they know what you'd like to see. Mm-hmm. They already have an idea. You know, if you color Ricky X amount of times, you know what color Ricky is without even having to think about it, you know, or if you draw Ricky X amount of times, you know, it's one of those things where it just becomes, where you grow together, you know, as a team, you know, and it becomes like a well-oiled machine. So when we had one of our colors fall off, it was like, oh my gosh, well, I know, you know, David wants work and I know that he's very talented, so I'll slip him in there, especially on a book that Bladen is doing. You know what I mean? It makes it real easy for me, you know, because I don't have to worry about the relationship between the artist and the colorist. You know, it's just very, very simple. And that goes for anything like that. You know, like when it came to Greed, he'd been coloring Greed since issue 1. You know, there was no reason to take him off when we brought on Mitch or when we brought on Ed, you know. So you'll get to see that shortly. Now you'll get to see it with, you know, you'll get to see Greed with JT, which is a lot of fun because JT normally colors his own stuff.
Yeah.
So to see JT's artwork with another person's colors on it is very interesting, you know, especially someone as talented as David is. But anyway, so we're in the Halloween stretch right now. We've got a week left on the Halloween book. It's doing really well. I'm excited about it. The covers are great, yada, yada. Chances are you've seen people pushing the book, talking about the book, whatever, all over social media. I try not to do that to you guys as much. I don't like to use the time that I get to share with you or all my space on my page for marketing. That's what we have an incredible marketing team for. We really do. We have an amazing marketing team. But anyway, so we got Dan will be coming on and working on his book, The Morgan, and that'll be beautiful. Artwork's going to be great. If you're a fan of Aspen, you're really going to enjoy the book.
Very cool.
You're really, really going to enjoy the book. And then we've also got another book coming out that Bladen is going to be talking to the artist about here in the next month or two that we've not talked to you guys about, but it's Red Label stuff. And that'll be, you know, fancy pirate book. So you guys can get ready for that one too.
Red Label Pirates. Ooh.
Red Label Pirates. You know, April is ready for some Red Labels, so we're about to start pushing into it.
When is April not ready for some Red Label?
Oh my God. Red Label's a thing. There's tons of amazing news that we want to share with you guys. We only have 2 more campaigns this year. Well, there's only a month and a half in the year left, so we've got the issue 2 of the Halloween book and issue 3 of the Halloween book will both be dropping.
Oh, look.
Moscow Mule.
Blaine's all prepping up there.
It's, so you wait till you see what I got that guy and what I got the management team for Christmas. You guys wait. It's gonna be awesome. So
Surprise.
it's gonna be awesome. Well, I've always been that person, truthfully, guys. Like no bullshit. You guys have got some stuff coming to you too, but I've always been one of those people that I've always looked out for my team. You know what I mean? It's part of building a team. And so like I've got friends that are like, they always get bummed out because they don't catch Christmas bonuses. They don't catch anything, nothing comes their way for Christmas. And that's a standard most places. I'm just saying, I've always thought that it's team building. It really, really is. If you can, I'm not saying you owe.
I don't think I've ever worked at a job where I got a bonus.
Yeah, I'm not saying anybody owes
bummer.
anybody shit. You know what I mean? But it's nice to be able to help people or give them something cool to make you know that you're thinking about them, especially something that's personalized. You know what I mean? That's a very cool thing. So you guys wait. You'll probably hear all about it. So I'm fairly fucking excited.
More fun news to come. Woo-hoo.
Yes. So more fun news to come. Since again, I'm not trying to pitch to you guys in this video. You do have, like I said, the Halloween issue 2 and issue 3 of Halloween books coming out. The covers are beautiful. I'm not going to share them with you. But they are great. And you'll start seeing them probably the end of next week. They are super, super fun. They're gorgeous. Drax Gal's got his, you've got.
Oh, that's going to be so cool.
Oh my gosh. I've showed you guys Vix.
Yes.
I've shared Vix, and Vix is gorgeous. Like it's stupid pretty. I've shown you a couple. I don't know that we've shown Steph Wilson's. Maybe we may have, but I don't know that we've shown it.
Not yet.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
There's a bunch of really, really pretty ones. So, and then we've got some that we're waiting to come in for issue 3 that are going to be great as well. But there's another bit of news that I think we've talked about a little bit. We've touched on, and that is the spinoff to If It Hops.
Yeah.
And that's already in April's Give a Damn window. If that says anybody that's a friend or pays attention to what we released, yeah, that's already in there.
The book of awesomeness.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So as of right now, Bladen, April, and I have gotten together, and we've also gotten together with Dan. And so this coming quarter for the first year is already booked out. We've already booked out the first quarter. So it's very, very exciting. You guys are going to get to see some beautiful, beautiful stuff. And, I'm a stickler for bringing on talent that's been around a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm pretty into that because I like to pay it forward. You know what I mean?
Also like to mix it up though. You do
do.
like to bring in people who are established and everything else to pay it forward, but you also do like to bring in new to give people a chance. So
I do. Like we love, we love Renee Roth. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We love Renee. There's a couple folks we really, really like. We really love Alberti. He's a great member of our team.
Mm-hmm.
There's some cats that are younger in the community, but I really think you guys are going to get pretty jazzed when you start seeing the folks that are coming on. But we are looking at some newer talents that you guys may never have seen before. And I'll say this, they high praise from Mr. Hunter. Like high praise.
All right. Well,
like I can't even begin to fuck with some of the compliments.
He doesn't have enough thumbs to give him the
so you guys are gonna get some of that
They're gonna
stuff.
be putting me out of job pretty soon.
Never.
That ain't gonna happen.
That's never gonna happen.
That's never gonna happen. But they're amazingly talented individuals, like fucking awesome. Anyway, I'll tell you another funny thing that happened. A lot of people are always like, "Where's the Dino Dick?" And we always laugh about it, and it's a joke around here. But there's a new member of our team that
I swear to God, we need a T-shirt. Where's the
oh
Dino
my
Jig?
God, it really is. Where's big old red rod? You know what I
Where's
mean?
it
Like,
at?
what the fuck?
Use the same old lady. Where's the beef? But like, where's the big red
Right,
music?
right. So
Exactly.
anyway, so I get this image. Oh my gosh, I think I was at like in the school like drive dropping my son
Oh
off.
no!
Oh,
I got this fucking image of Ricky like dicks out. You know what I mean? And really nice. Really, it was a great image. You know what I mean? It's a great, super talented dude. But I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't commission that. Where did that come from? Like,
Surprise!
that's not a contract that I put my name on. Where is that from? And April was like, oh, it's from one of the new team members. It was their warm-up sketch. And I was like, whoa, fuck, that's great. You know, not the whole dick part,
That's
the
a whole
art.
new meaning to the warm-up sketch.
Yeah, it was just, it
warmed
was,
up all right.
I was not prepared. And that's okay. Sometimes lately I find everyone around us so talented that I'm often not prepared. But there's a they're going to be working on some good stuff, and then the spinoff. I think that's the hot topic that people have asked about a little bit recently.
That's going to be so fun. Looking
And
forward
that
to
is about a punk rock pig
it. Athena.
named Athena.
Yes.
Cannot wait.
Oh my gosh. And it's going to be so much fun. I am editing that and assisting in writing that. That is,
Okay.
the ideas. You're going to start seeing that a lot recently.
Who's,
Go ahead.
who's primary writer on that?
Dinah
Nice.
is writing that. But you'll find, guys, that as I'm stepping back for some of these books, because there's so much going on that I just don't have the time to.
You are one person.
Yes. As much as I try to fucking fight that fact,
Yeah.
I am one human being.
Yes, you are one
And,
person, and we cannot, nor should we clone you. So therefore, you need to step back and
Yeah.
allow others to grow.
There's only one.
There can be only one.
Right.
That's right, Nate. Good job.
we are pushing into this neat thing with Dan coming on. He will be assisting writers. They'll be taking my ideas. So, like, if you pick up Spider-Man, how many people have written Spider-Man, right?
8,000.
You know what I mean? Tons of people have written Spider-Man. But that's what we're doing in Ethereal now, with the exception of Babes, Gore, and Dinosaurs and If It Hops.
Yep.
The other books you'll start seeing other writers step in to pick up on and work on arcs and stuff like that. We're very, very excited about it. And I was told 2 years ago this was going to happen, and I wouldn't have believed it for the world. I wouldn't have. I remember sitting with Meredith and Nita, drunk as fuck, like just slammed. And we were sitting in,
that's nuts.
oh my gosh. Well, we were at MegaCon, and they were there, and they'd rented this, like, this house with their families and stuff like that. And I was sitting talking to them, and they were like, we're going to have to change what you're doing around, because you're not going to be able to carry all this. And I was like, no, I got it. You know what I mean? But if you look at the guys that have come before us and the gals that have come before us, that were writers and then artists and then publishers, none of them were able to stay full-time writers, not a single one. So we knew it was going to come, but we just didn't know how fast it was going to come. And
but it makes sense that you're hanging on to essentially your flagship titles.
Yes.
So
the listener, when we release that, I'll always be writing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's your passion project. So yeah.
So, and then BGD and If It Hops, those are the ones that have gotten me where I am right now. Bladen says he'll be back. Glad he didn't end the stream like usual.
That's right.
I was grateful. I saw him leave, and I'm like,
right.
Here we go.
He's trying to fix his sound and stuff.
I figured that's what he was doing.
But,
Well, and there's a bug in StreamYard. Because when I logged in, it had a big banner said anybody using like Android with is having an issue.
Yeah, they're having
interesting.
problems. It's the same thing with stupid ass fucking Bank of America right now. So I'm ready to punch them in the dick.
Hey, I work for Bank of America. Hold on now.
Yeah.
I didn't do it though.
Did you see what's going on with that?
The whole the clearinghouse thing where the deposits.
Dude,
not,
we got
yeah.
smacked with that. Like,
Oh yeah,
my wife didn't get paid today. Like, it's not great.
no, it's
Yeah.
not, and it's not just, and it's not us as Bank of America or Wells Fargo. It's the actual clearinghouse.
Yeah, yeah.
That's screwed
Wow.
up.
There's nothing anybody can do about
Yeah,
it.
we're-
So
And it's been for a week and a half. They've been
yeah, it's
fighting it.
done.
Because what
Oh.
happened, and I'll just give you kind of the inside.
Yeah. Yeah.
Inside
Ransomware
scoop.
hit the clearinghouse, and so now they're trying to clear all that out so they can get everything pushed through. And we're talking about millions of transactions.
Absolutely.
That was held up since last week. It's like I'm
It,
kind
it
of
sucks and
wondering.
everything else, but yeah, it's what do you do?
It's
Just try and power through. But yeah, that's really rough because that's a long time for people to have their financial
goes
stuff
out
gotta wait.
getting
messed up.
paid and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just ridiculous. But anyway, back on a happier subject. There are a ton of really cool things, like I said, and we're moving into some really fun stuff. Speaking of fun stuff, you got Brian Oscar right now, who is the artist for Cretaceous, is actually working on the second issue for the Halloween miniseries.
Oh, that's right. Yay.
I
That's really
think,
cool.
don't quote me, I think I may have a page that I can show you that's colored. I may not. But I can definitely show you the one that's not colored.
Yes.
And it's come out really good. But the one that's colored is ridiculous. I'll try to find it and post it on the group here this evening. But
I think I might be a little weird or not. I don't know. But I mean, I love the colors and everything
Yeah.
else like that. But a lot of times, whenever you show off just the black and white, the inks,
Yeah.
and that, it's just
Mhm.
those to me, man. The impact of those is just incredible. I
it's
love that.
tough.
I look.
That piece is so tough.
Yeah.
What do you got going on there, Nate?
That's what I was going to say. I love. That's why I collect original art.
Yeah.
And just the black and the whites, seeing the raw, and
Dude,
even
look
and
at
just
the tail,
pen-
bro. That is my jam. Like the little bit of shadow under the table near the tip
Yep.
of her tail is just awesome.
Yep.
Oh, such a good page. So much fun. Like I said, though, he is working on Cretaceous as well.
the rut.
There it is.
The Rot. Oh my god, it's so good. We are gonna do a special, like a Rot cover, and then see if anybody knows what the fuck is going on.
If they paid attention for the last year.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it's so.
Well,
much
I think
fun.
Dustin, you were talking about that a bunch of the new folks and everything else, which is wonderful. You're growing and everything
Yeah.
else in the fan base. But I have a feeling some of the older school guys, but the most,
Yeah.
I think a good chunk of them are going to go, huh?
Yeah. What's the Rot? Yeah. No, it's funny.
Is this a new
'cause-
title? What's going on?
Yeah, well, we get that a lot, right? Like
Yeah.
because we have been around a little while now, not a long time. We're actually the brand hit 2 years this month.
Oh.
So
happy
that was-
grand anniversary.
yes,
Right.
very exciting, very exciting. So, but we've been working together for 4 years
Yep.
this month. So it's crazy the amount of time that flies, and but there's so many cool things that, like I said, that are happening. You got that pirate book that's gonna blow fucking minds. It
The
really,
Red Label
really
Pirate book.
So have you? All right,
Sorry,
we're gonna get
I
down
just
and
took over.
dirty. We're gonna
Kinky
get down and
pirates.
dirty for just a second, okay? And you know what? You guys already know what the fuck you're getting when I have a red label and you've read my books and shit like that. So if you have watched the Pirates movie that came out years ago, it was just called Pirates now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Great film. There was also a second one that came out. You'll definitely enjoy our pirate book. It's gonna be awesome.
That's gonna be
Do
a
Yeah.
fun time.
Cover A, I'll let you know what cover A is gonna look like already off the hat. Can't tell you who's gonna do it, but I'll let you know what it looks like. It's actually gonna have a chick straddling a dude, facing away from the dude, looking at a door of a ship, holding the blunderbuss pointed at the reader, like they're walking through the door. So
You're
it's gonna be
busted.
a ton of fun. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
you don't mess with Smexy time, so
No, fuck
it's
out.
actually Pirates Mexy time.
Right. So then you've got, like I mentioned, the Morgan is coming out. That is a Blue Label book. And it's going to be so much fun, magic and wizardry and different than Fallen Leaves type of magic and wizardry type of
If
stuff.
I remember correctly, I
Medieval.
think the premise was more of kind of the Arthurian,
Yes.
King Arthur kind of
Yes.
spirit of things. So
Yes, so it's going to be really cool with like realistic armor and sword fights and stuff like that. So it'll be a ton of fun. I know Bladen's very excited about it.
I'm very excited about it. I love that sort of mythos and storytelling. So I'm really tickled that this is coming.
Well,
so.
Dan is an incredibly talented writer, and you
Mhm.
guys are super like really, really in for a treat. It's going to be a ton of fun.
Oh,
If he crashes.
He's returned.
he's returned. Yes.
Who's got something fancy on the table?
Sorry, I had to take a call. I'm back.
Yeah, with it.
Man, you guys can't see this at all. Damn, I am failing. It's really cool, I assure you.
You fail.
There's boobs in it. Everyone will be happy.
I do see boobs.
I can see a little bit.
A hint of
A hint of a titty.
today.
And if you've never read Dan's stuff, go read Arabian Nights.
Oh man,
He did back in Zenoscope days. I mean,
so good.
It was.
I mean, he has got a pedigree. If you guys just look his name up, there's a ton of great books. He also worked on 30 Days a Night, which was one of my favorite books ever.
Yep.
So I think, like I said, you guys are really, really in for a treat with him. Poor Blade. I think do you have an Android, Blade? Just give me a thumbs up if you got an Android.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Okay.
StreamYard has openly come out and said there's issues with Androids right now.
Exactly. Yes. That's exactly it.
That's exactly how we all feel about it right now. But not only is that we talked about the Athena book for just a second that Dino has got that we've brought him on to hang out with and do some stuff with, and like I said, that will be one of the first books that comes out alongside the pirate book that I'm giving outlines for, and I'm working editorially with. So you guys are in for like some very new perspectives, some new thought processes. Same ethereal spices and stuff like that, because it's all going to come across my desk before it goes anywhere else. But I'm sure that you guys are going to love the books. Athena is adorable. Bladen has put together such a great design for the character. And I don't ever, there have been a couple really great pig-like characters in the past 10 years. There have been a couple really good ones. I'm a fan of Unnatural.
Yes, that's immediately where my brain went. Yep.
Right. So it's just like, so you have to stay away from a design like that, right?
Yes.
So
exactly.
then Ninja Turtles also did one, but Ninja Turtles did
IDW,
a very heavy pig-like character that is a love interest for one of their characters. And I was like, well, I really don't want to go that route either. You know what I mean? I don't. If you reading If It Hops, you'll see that not all the characters have the physical aspects of their race or their species, but a lot of them do. You know what I mean? It really has to fit the character, I think. Like if it's a squirrel, they should be like lanky and lithe. They should be able to get around quickly and stuff. But
do you mean lithe?
Yeah, I did. Whatever.
There has
This
to
guy's
be.
written professionally for White Wolf.
Yeah, get off me. No, speaking of that, and I'm glad you brought that up. So speaking of that, we have a oh my gosh, you make me laugh at myself now. We have
That's never a bad thing.
no, not right now. It's a good time to laugh at oneself. Holidays and all that jazz coming up, and it's a great time for it. But so we actually are talking about a game night with Ethereal.
Ooh.
And right now, I pay an arm and a leg for StreamYard. I don't have the $29.99 StreamYard. I pay an arm and a leg for fucking StreamYard. So one thing that we do is we do the interviews and we do use it for meetings and stuff like that. But another thing that you can actually do is we could set it up with Discord and we could add mods and do all kinds of fun stuff and do games. And
Could you hook it up with Roll20, or is that like its own separate edition?
you don't, so Roll20 you don't have to use. It's cool, but you can add like apps and mods and stuff for
Virtual
free.
tabletop, it's pretty freaking sweet.
Yeah, there's a bunch of really badass stuff like that. But
Oh, y'all didn't know I was a nerd, did you? Sorry.
Drug comics for a living. You're a nerd.
I think we had our suspicions that you were.
Yes, he's big nerd. But so we are 3 years ago I created a listener tabletop game. And what Bladen was talking about earlier is I used to write campaigns professionally when I owned a shop. And so what I'm looking at doing is doing maybe a round of World of Darkness. And so we tested out our game, the official listener game, and it was a ton of fun. Like we sold like tickets to play, and it wasn't me. So not that I dislike Nickelback, but it wasn't me.
Nicholson.
So anyway, we sold tickets to the table, but with those tickets you got like limited edition comics that you would have never gotten your hands on another way. That was back when I was learning so much about this industry and how to be in it and whatever else. But I decided that we were going to offer seats for free for these gaming sessions. And whoever could live through the gaming sessions would receive an exclusive. So, which means you've got to do like 8 2-hour sessions to get an exclusive. And I mean, they'd probably be longer than 2 hours. It depends on who's playing or how long they want to play or whatever. But I thought it'd be really fun, like, because I'm trying so hard to make things interactive with the friends and whatnot. Like I really want to give you guys opportunities to do really cool shit and be involved. Like if you look at the Kickstarter, again, I'm not trying to pitch you guys Kickstarter tonight, but if you look at it right now, if we get to the additional pages, I've asked you guys in an update which character you would like to see pages about. I will write the additional pages about whichever character got voted the most for. It's fun. It's another interactive way for you guys to decide what you get to read about or what you want to see in a book. Like I said a long time ago, I was a big Sinister Six fan, and whenever shit was going down with Spider-Man, I'd be like, well, where are they at? You know what I mean?
They hiding.
Yeah, what? So I mean, they fixed all that with the Raft later on, but it just, at the point in time when we were reading, the Raft didn't exist, So we're moving into some cool interactive stuff like that. We just did SpawnCon. Bladen and Renee were at SpawnCon. Had a
that
blast.
went pretty well. Yay, good.
We had a good time.
It was really, really fun, really awesome. Also, like to see a bunch of the other creators beyond, like, it was fun to hang out with the Kemps for a while and talk with them and kind of talk shop. Because we get to see them every now and then, but it's not like constant or anything like that. It's all Facebook Messenger, just like with the Massies or the others. But yeah, seeing the other creators who had worked on stuff for like even over a decade ago, just different people who've worked on it and worked on the property and like their experiences in the industry, really cool.
Yeah, I was very happy for them guys.
Sweet.
You'll get to see a lot more of that going forward. Like I think April and I are doing a show in Kentucky in January. And then we've got Hawaii in February. Trying to get Bladen over there. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I'm trying. Fuck you. But I would love to get him over there. We'll be doing some store signings over there, and then we're trying to book some other spots. I know we want to get back to Phoenix this year. I'd love to get to California. I really would love to get to California.
I'd love to have you out here, but I know it's tough. So.
It is.
Yeah.
I would love to get there and do store signings.
Yeah.
I really would. I mean, I'm trying to go hang out with Nate at his show.
Yep. It's open, so go register.
Well, man,
Are you out of Phoenix again? Can you remind me? Are you out of Phoenix?
Nate.
No, I'm out of Arlington, Dallas, Fort Worth area.
Holy, okay. Well, I have some friends there too, so I mean, maybe I could figure something out. But yeah, actually, one of our people who's going to be at Imprint is out of the Texas area. It's a huge area, but yeah, we'll chat more about that later.
Yeah, we're trying to get all over this year because we had to take this past year off. You know, so we're trying to get to a lot of places. I will say this: we are not doing many little shows.
Fair enough.
As much as I like the intimacy of the smaller shows. It's just when we go now, it's 3 and 4 tables.
Well, you got to get bits bang for the buck. You have to. It has to be worth the cost, and it really has to balance out.
To be fair, I eat the cost. Is what happens because we take other artists and we send other artists,
and the bigger you get, the harder it is to. Exactly. You can only do that so often.
Exactly. So the bigger shows are better for us unless they're close and we can drive to them or whatever. Yep. Like Kentucky's not but a few hours from me. I don't mind making a drive like that. But with everything that's gone on health wise, driving 8 to 12 hours is not a thing anymore. It's just I hate it, but it's not. I don't hate not driving 8 to 12. Let's be fair. But it was never an issue before last year. It was never a problem for me to drive that far.
It wasn't your favorite, but it was doable. But now with the health issues, it's really no longer. It really isn't doable anymore. So.
It's just not. It just doesn't make any sense. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like breathing treatments and shit throughout the days and stuff. It's just not. It just doesn't.
We need to keep you as healthy as we can. You don't need
to
in any jeopardy.
So. Things are getting much better. I'll put it that way. It just takes time to heal when you're to a point where I was at. So, but like I said, tons of new content, tons of new stories, tons of new writers, tons of new fucking amazing artists. I think that you guys will enjoy the Athena book a lot. Like I know that JT was a year ago was asking me about more backstory for If It Hops. Like he wanted more lore for If It Hops. So we're getting into that. We're getting into why the Fox were banished from Eden. We're getting into the squirrel riots that I mentioned one time. I mentioned it one time, and I love the fact. It only takes one. It only takes one.
It only takes one. Exactly.
I love the fact that people pay attention, because now people want to know what that was, what occurred, why is, the jackal the way the jackal is,
I just have to laugh. It always makes me laugh a little bit because I know it is squirrel rats are, they are an important aspect and they're a serious thing, but I hear squirrel riots and I just start laughing because
at least I'm not. At least it's not like the beaver bash or something. You know what I mean?
All I can think of is like this horde of squirrels coming over the field or something like that. All their little bushy tails. I know that's not it, but it's like that's what I picture in my head. So.
Essentially, the squirrel riots, what they were was it was an area that was, and we've all seen them. In just about any city you go to, there's a gnarly side of it. You know what I mean? And the squirrel riots were basically the squirrels are considered pickpockets. They're considered thieves, degenerates. But that's not everybody. That's just what the society has put upon them. So when they eventually get to the point where they're starting to fight back and they're rioting against police and stuff like that, and it just causes this rift, and the Fox, most of them also live in the area in the
Yeah,
same
but what did the fox say?
um dude, I can't fuck with that guy. Anyway, but Ozzy was listening to him like a week ago, and I was like, turn that shit off. I just can't. I just fucking can't. He's down there dancing in the living room, and I'm like, no, sir. This is gonna drive me nuts. But no, so essentially the Fox try to help and quell the squirrel riots, but things happen. They get out of hand very fast.
It went horribly, horribly awry.
It really did for everybody involved.
Yeah.
So you've also
Which
got
is, even in the real world, is pretty much how it works.
Absolutely.
So there you go. Yeah.
You've got characters that are involved that make hasty decisions out of fear, out of spite, and on both sides of things that are going on, and it causes a group of people to be removed from paradise almost and put out in the desert. So it's a pretty interesting story, I think. And Athena's involved because she grew up on that side of town and stuff and watched it all happen as a child, and you'll get to see her backstory and what happened to her parents and stuff during the riots. You'll also learn a lot about the Jackal during the riots. So
okay,
it'll be super fun.
Yeah, because I still have a feeling the Jackal is not as bad as he's been made out to be.
Well, you're pretty good at figuring things out, mate. So I'm not gonna. Oh, what is? Hold on. What do you got there?
What was that?
Yeah, even hostage there, Mr. Hunter.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That was talk about the epitome of a flyby whoosh.
Yeah. Oh, it was like a flying squee just happened.
It really was.
Jesus. So I believe this is Mr. Hunter's cover for the Halloween issue 3. I believe. Yeah. There you go.
There it is. Yeah. Very nice. Exciting.
This should be a ton of fun. I love the
Sorry, we
Halloween.
didn't tell anybody, but my audio's like doing some weird stuff, so that's why I'm mostly silent.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate that the sign language is pretty eloquent, so that's working. So.
Well, it's a lot of fun working with the Halloween and the Christmas books and stuff, because they're their own pocket universe, as I've mentioned, and we can do things that we couldn't in the mainstream books, because there are certain things, if I'd have done them in the mainstream, certain artists would have rioted. So we're not going to do any of that.
Yes.
But when it comes to the holiday books and their own pocket universe, I'm free to let all my mastermind machinations loose. So
you're free to let your freak flag fly even more than it does now.
Yeah.
Man, I want the Jackal just sitting down playing chess with Agent C.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
That would be a twist people wouldn't see coming. What the hell?
It's funny. That is one character that is not in the crossover.
Interesting.
And it was not because lack of interest, because the character is very interesting. It was just he doesn't fit the story for Halloween. And as you get to read it and as you get to see it, you'll understand where I'm coming from. This crossover, this particular crossover event is very personal to the characters.
Mm-hmm.
More so than I don't know. It's pretty deep. So you guys have a lot of fun with it, I think. We run it just like any other ethereal story. It does immediately jump from issue 1 to issue 2. There's no time in between. Issue 2 to issue 3, there's no time in between. So I think you guys are really going to enjoy that.
For one of the, usually I get previews of art, and Nate gets gets to read the scripts. But you sent me the script for book 1. So I got to read that, and I'm just like, Holy wow. So
I'm excited.
I am very excited. That means I'm looking for book 2 and book 3 cannot come soon enough.
Yes,
So,
yes.
Yeah, you need to send those over so I can finish those.
Those are coming to both you guys in the next couple days.
Okay.
I'll be honest, I've had so much going on that stopping to breathe has been almost a luxury lately. But I'm very excited. It's all positive energy. You know, we're
You
all
have to prioritize recovery time. That's a rule.
Exactly.
You have to do
right,
that.
right.
It's a chore.
That-
it's a
you
pain in
know,
the ass, but you
brush
have
your
to do
teeth.
that.
So that's a factor. You know, nobody wants to talk to you if you don't brush your teeth. So,
Ew.
so the
one
other
of the few
day,
nice things about video is I can't tell. So
I like to think everybody brushes them anyway, but that's
Yes.
just my own personal thought.
yes,
That's your hope and dream.
I am.
That's
I
my
am
hope.
hopeful that everybody is.
That's
It's called a fantasy.
it's a fantasy. But no, so I really think that everybody's going to enjoy the direction the characters are moving in. I will say this, just because it's not canon in this the you know their pocket universe doesn't mean that anything is different about the characters. You know, so how they carry themselves, what they think, how they act is probably pretty spot on. So
Well, yeah, because you don't want to take it too much outside of who they are.
absolutely,
Because that would be that would be totally different. It would be it'd be too. I don't know what the right
It would
words
be
are.
weird, right?
I'm
It would be
like
so
I'm like
weird.
Blade, and I've been fueling up on my own adult beverages here, so my words are limited.
When I was doing the dialogue for the Christmas crossover, I almost was like, I almost forgot that Maya, speaks Spanglish very heavily.
that
And I
that
was
would
like,
been an interesting omission.
I got back to looking at it, the first edit I did, and I was like, that's not right. That doesn't look fucking right, like at all. So went back and redid it, had a ton of fun. Like I said, the Christmas crossover was very short. It was our first like Elseworlds type of thing, but it was more of a thank you letter than an actual story. And when we decided to do the Halloween stuff, it was like it just felt so natural to run it with the world that we had created outside. Like Cade is so much fun because he's a very greedy little shit. So he's a fun character to write about. And like at my house, like there are certain things you eat during holidays at my house. Like there's certain things you eat and drink or whatever else, hot toddies and all that shit, and I don't drink eggnog like at all.
Oh,
fucking at all.
come on.
I don't know why. Lactose intolerance has stopped me from drinking eggnog, but
I find it's either it's a one way or the other. There is no in between. Either you love it or you loathe it. It's like-
yeah, well, that's like rice pudding. I won't fucking eat rice pudding either. You know what I mean? It's just not for me. And so like when we were putting this together, I was like, man, we got to add eggnog because my wife will drink the shit out of eggnog. Like the shit out. Like as soon as that shit goes on sale, it's
she's
at my
stocking
house.
up. Yep.
Like
Yep,
it's
already
like
got one.
pumpkin spice. Pumpkin spice. The minute it's out is at my house.
That's me too. And the pumpkin spice eggnog, don't even. Whoo, yeah. I am sorry, everyone, but that's me.
Don't apologize.
I'm that white girl.
We
You're
love
that
that
white
who
girl.
you are.
Exactly. Own it. Own it, Blade.
Yeah, right. So anyway, so we were like we got to add the eggnog in the Christmas book, right? So you'll see some eggnog stuff. There's a lot of
Probably see Cade trying to drink the whole damn thing by himself.
yeah, it's a lot of that, and it's so much fun.
Cade, get out of the eggnog again.
Like I don't often quote other things because I'm a stickler for originality. But there was a line that stuck in my head from a very famous book series and film series. And I know you guys know what it is and what it's from, but is it secret is it safe? And
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Schmeagol.
so,
Schmeagol.
so it's in reference to eggnog, and it's so just fun. The characters are all so much fun to write anyway, but when you put them all together, all their personalities are so very different, you know. And my wife laughs at me all the time because she's like, dude, you could have like, you're like that guy off of you know, what was that movie? He's got like 9 different personalities, right? And he's just like, and I'm like, oh my gosh. It was the second Unbreakable movie.
Oh, Split.
Split. There you go. So what a
That was a
great
weird movie.
film.
It was a good film. It was weird.
Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like he needed an Oscar for that fucking film, man. He was killing it through that movie. Anyway, but that's what it's like, you know, when you have so many different characters. We got going on, Blade, and I see your fingers.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
So, but there's so many different characters and with so many different personalities, and when you put them in a space together, it's almost like a piñata. Like it really is. You have no idea how they're going to react to stimulus. You know, because it's
well,
like,
I hear you talk about this, and all I'm thinking of is like sometimes when you have your own, like when you mix, like if you're married, you mix your family with your spouse's family,
Yes.
and then some of your coworkers and your different friends. That's exactly what it is, because you're never really sure. You get along with all of them, but you put them all
Right.
together. It's like
right.
this could go really,
Exactly.
really well, or this could go really, really
Or
wrong.
what if you throw in politics?
Oh
or
Lord,
religion
no!
to these groups of people. You
I
know
need
what
spiked eggnog for that.
That's it. You spike the eggnog, and then you've got all these people talking about different things, their opinions, their feelings, their thoughts. And feelings are a real big important part of this Halloween crossover.
Mhm.
So,
Feelings, nothing
oh my
more
goodness.
than- Okay, I'll stop. Sorry.
no, he doesn't want me to give anything away. And I won't, I promise. But it's a ton
I
of
figured that
fun.
was me singing, so it's
No.
just as well.
He doesn't mind the singing. He just doesn't want me to give anything away because he knows that I'm one of those people that will talk.
Yes, we
The
are.
HR will kill you later.
Yes.
Yes.
No death by HR, please.
Right. So by the purple taser. So it's on your face, just holding it there until you fucking fry. But no. So I do think that people will find it's a very different type of story than we've written so far. I know that Bladen wishes he'd have got issue 2 over issue 1. But it's like it is very like balls to the wall from the beginning of issue 2 to the end of issue 2. Like it's in your face. And there's a little bit of almost should have been Red Label at the end of issue 3. So we'll get to see a lot of stuff. I'm very, very excited about it. And Donnie is doing issue 3. So, you know, the artwork's going to be absolutely beautiful. You know,
Yep.
I cannot wait. We've been getting pages in left and right, beautiful pages in left and right. And I need to send Shawnee and Nate and Thomas some screenshots and stuff. I got some scripts to send them. But like, pretty sure I showed you guys this page. I don't think I'll get in trouble for this one.
Yeah, you posted that one.
I love this page.
It's
Like
cool.
I
It's a
was
good page.
just like, it's just super fun.
Mhm.
But
They're
we've got,
naked.
yeah, that they are.
There's
Well,
nakedness in there.
This is one of my favorite pages. And I can't.
Yep.
This is the only one of them I'm going to show, but it was one of my favorites.
Oh yeah.
But there are a ton of new things happening and situations, and when you start involving love and you involve triangles of love and other stuff, all kinds of situations occur, especially when you mix alcohol with it and, you know, shenanigans. So I'll let you get a little voodoo in there every now and then.
Alcohol and voodoo.
That's right.
That's right.
Mix it
You
all
get
up and see what
frog
you get.
legs in there, and you
A
get some.
little brown chicken, brown cow.
You know, I should have put him in the book.
You should have. Oh
But
well.
I did not put him in
That's
the
all
book.
right. I have a
To
feeling
be
this will
fair-
not be the last miniseries and everything
It
else.
will
So
not.
there will be
It will not.
ample opportunities in the future.
Absolutely. But he also didn't fit the situation.
Just like the jackal didn't fit, so
Right.
he didn't.
So
exactly.
he just, I did put Jin in there though. Gee, he's not in there a lot, but he's in there. I'm going to show you guys something, and I'm not going to tell you which book it's from, but I will say this: do remember that there's a different artist on each book, and I've told you which artists are on each book. So this page, I love this page, and HR can't get me because it's not like I'm giving away any story elements. But I love the page.
I want to see
waiting
it.
in the
but yeah.
shadows, like, I'm going to kill you.
I do love the page. I won't get in trouble for this one.
Okay, if you're sure, you won't get in trouble.
I don't think.
Don't think it's not a
He said,
good.
yeah, and
That's a
so are
lack
you
of
going to show us? Are you going to
confidence
risk it or not?
I
Come
am.
on.
Well, it's one of the pages I'm going to use for the campaign anyway.
Okay.
So I'll show it to you. Bladen's like, I'm going to kill you first.
Exactly. He's going to end the stream.
Oh god. So I don't know if there's a lot of people who don't know who Addie is. There
Right.
are a lot of people because the character was pre-BGD, and BGD is where Ethereal took off. Just like Greed. Greed was pre-BGD. But we introduced a character named Arya later in the listener books.
Mm-hmm.
She's actually a noble spirit in the books currently, in the books that are going on right now. But in the crossover books, she happens to be alive. And we show her off. We just showed you a page the other day that had her at the beer pong game.
Yes.
She was playing beer pong, and she's alive. But here's an amazing page. Mind you, Bladen, she can't get me because I'm putting this on the campaign. Can't get me.
She'll
Going on
find
the
a way to
campaign.
get you, but yeah, we'll.
Can't get me. Going on the campaign.
Oh, shit.
Oh wow! Holy
But
crap!
Holy
I just thought it was gorgeous.
It
you
is.
know,
It's pretty emotional too.
absolutely, for sure. Well, these are characters that in this universe get along and they know each other and they're socializing and so kind of fun. But I do love the colors, and that's
Yes.
something that's very interesting. This artist works on another ethereal book, but looks a million times different than their ethereal book, their other ethereal book anyway. So big fan of that guy. Big fan.
Should we quiz these two and see if they can tell who it is?
Yeah, sure. I'm sure they can.
I don't want people to feel bad if they can't.
Yeah,
they're different.
I'm sure
It's a
they.
totally different
I'm sure Shanano and
No, I'm bad with the names and everything else, so I recognize it, but I wouldn't be able to name.
Yeah,
Nate
we have
probably
some
can know.
pages.
It actually looks like a massive.
You know, it kind of
Actually-
does. I get you there.
It does look a
does
little
look
bit
like
like Matt.
No, yeah, actually, and I mean, we reworked these pages a couple times to try to capture a little more of the character's essence. So yeah, go ahead and tell them.
So it's also the same guy that does this book.
Oh,
Cretaceous.
okay.
So Brian Oscar does both of these issues.
See, the minute you say his name, I'm like, that's right, but I can't pull his name out. I'm just horrible with names.
I think it looks entirely different.
It really does.
It's two different styles.
Well,
Yeah.
the colors really make a difference. I mean, his style is I mean, there's a little different. Yeah, you're right there.
Yeah.
But
I see similarities in the facial features, but you're right, Bladen, the colors just change it.
it feels different. It hits different, and
Mhm.
I mean, the subject matter there, it's really like for Cretaceous so far, what people have seen is really like action movie type, like boom, this is happening, and it's really that stark, and he really hits the stark black and white really well. So I mean, he's he's definitely got it going on there.
Mhm.
And this one, it's a little more moody, a little more solemn, a little slower, and like all the pages he's doing, I mean, he's incredible. So it's
Yes,
So
I
got that
exciting.
magnolia stark contrast.
Mhm.
This one has a little more rendering, and it's still killer.
I love working with him, and there's certain elements to things that there there are cats out there that are pros and they don't even know they're pros. You know, they have no clue that they're pros. You
I
know,
mean, just looking at Agent K's eye in the second panel
Mhm.
there.
Mhm.
How she's just looking like there's fear in that eye of something
Yep.
happening.
right?
Yep.
You know, well, if you look, there's a really key thing, and it's going to sound stupid to anybody that doesn't pay attention or doesn't know me that well, but the shadows from the bars on the stairs,
Mhm.
that's a thing to me.
Yep.
Like, it's almost like an OCD with me. Like, I talk about indentions all the time. If there's no indention, I don't want it. I don't, because if you touch something, it doesn't matter what level of pressure you put on it, it makes some kind of difference in flesh.
Well, yeah, I'm with you because even though my brain, I may not consciously be able to point out and say, "Hey, this makes it," my subconsciously, my eyes look at it and I notice that and I
Yeah,
take it in as a whole. So, yeah,
absolutely. Well,
yeah.
we do that. Like, we have muscle memory is a big deal. You know what I mean? But
That's
it's
one of the
not
things I love
just
about comics is that it's I can sometimes I can go back and look for the little details and get those nuances, but for the most part, usually I'm scanning through, I'm
You
reading the
said
words,
nuances.
and the visuals are just hitting me. And
for
it's
sure.
yeah,
Well, like this page here
yes.
Mm.
is
Mhm.
this is not the final colors, but when the final colors came in, we were all blown the fuck away because I don't know that we've shown the final colors yet. This was,
No, not yet.
You
and
could show that though if you want to.
you know what? I might have it. Hold on, let me see if I have.
If you have it, you can. That would be. I would love to see it.
Yeah, well,
If you're not going to get in trouble with HR.
I have to be real careful
HR right here. They don't
because
care.
fucking social media got angry with me for a page that we shouldn't have even been. I got in trouble for sharing Mitch Massey's Halloween cover.
Oh no!
I
You're
got
just so
like,
excited about all of it. You just want to share it.
yeah, they like really came at me about the Halloween cover. They were like, "Hey, look, you'll never be able to monetize your fucking Instagram ever and shit." Oh yeah, they were about it.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it was like I was almost pissed off, like the way that it wasn't like, "Hey Dustin, you violated a thing." It was like, "Hey, look, we're never going to allow you to monetize ever."
Whoa.
And I was like, I've posted so much worse.
They went from
that-
0 to like 105 in
Yeah,
like 2
dude,
seconds.
there was no like
Ooh.
in between.
Jeez.
So I was kind of like, well, fuck you. I'm like, I'm not hurting anybody. There's nobody fucking, you know what I mean?
Wow.
Relax.
Yeah, it's weirdness.
Yeah,
While you're looking back
Yeah.
to what the ones you showed for the Halloween, I love it that just as Nate pointed out, Agent K's eye, just her eye showed that emotion and that fear.
Yeah.
Down in the bottom panel, even though you don't see his full face, you can feel the grief. Everything else just in the bits and the shadows that you see as he's looking
a
down
neat
at her.
thing that
Yeah.
you may he is not alive
No.
either in that. So it's if you can get that kind of facial recognition at in that point, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because he is full of grief. This is a character that grows with him like a daughter, just like
Yep.
Lee does, you know. So it's a very personal thing, you know, that a parent losing a child. It's a very tough experience to begin with. I can imagine. I don't want to imagine it.
No.
I love my little crotch goblins, but
We'll go on to happier subjects.
yeah, here's the page done,
Holy shit.
and it's
Oh, I'm not seeing anything, so.
you can't see it.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I see it.
All
Really?
I see Bladen. That's it.
Huh.
I see his. I don't know why. Yeah, I see it. So Shadows, or sorry, where they
There,
dwell.
there it is. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, so now the difference. Let me see if I can pull up the other one. So you
Oh, the
guys-
saturation is.
Well, and you have like the
Oh,
fog.
there. Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that fog effect that's in the first panel. Then you see it, the fog and the lamp at the bottom. I mean, that's like straight up Exorcist.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. We're very, very happy about this one. Like I've told you guys before, we're
That is really, really cool. Yep.
really excited about it.
But you know
And
what?
it makes that bottom panel just even more, if that's possible. Yep.
If you
So
go back
also,
to the
we're going to do a giveaway because Mr. Hunter didn't get to have these with him. We're going to be giving away some of these to friends and family, and we're going to number these.
I love the way that came. It's
so
so
awesome.
amazing. I think it's so cool.
Well, it's gorgeous. I mean,
It
he
really
did a great
is.
job,
You did.
and then Dan did a killer job on the colors. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
so we're not going to sell these. We are going to give a numbered group of them away to folks. So
That's really amazing of you guys to do that. Because that
well,
is
you know
that-
me, I'm a
that is
stickler.
an amazing, beautiful, stunning piece of art. So
Well, I'm a real big stickler for following rules and stuff when it comes to people's artwork, and this was approved artwork. So, and we're not trying to sell it. Again, we're
Right.
going to give it
Gotcha.
away.
Mhm.
But it was supposed to be for SpawnCon, and we missed out on being able to take them. But it
I
wasn't.
didn't know that. I'm so sorry. That's a bummer.
So we are going to, when I print those out next month, they will be numbered for the fans and whatnot, the friends. So I'm pretty pumped about it. Also, I love this cover.
That poor cheek on the right.
Big old handprint.
That cheek got beat up.
She
That's a sad.
obviously has a preference in cheeks there. So
Yes. You
Well, I
want to see
like how
something
you put the Draculina costume on her too.
cool? Uh-huh.
Yep. That was cute.
So this was a sticker that went out for Christmas. We'll go out with the Christmas books. But April likes to tease me about camouflage.
Yes, the camo.
So this was made into the back cover. I was doing it anyway, but she made it better because I don't have the skills like that. But this is the back cover for the Christmas book.
Oh, that's adorable.
So much fun, right?
That would
Christmas
be a cute.
camo. I love it.
That should be a Christmas card.
It should be. We've talked about it. We've talked about a bunch of things, but there's so much to do and so little time to do it all. And I've already got to get with Nate and go over a bajillion things because I am. Like I mentioned,
you're
there's
still
a
trying to
lot
prep
going
up
on.
for the website to get his
Well,
reviews
the
on there as
website's doing
well.
all right now. It looks good. The search bar has changed the world for the website.
Yes.
Mhm.
But there's so much going on right now with the brand and the company and the growth that I am
You're swamped.
finding myself constantly in need of extra hands. And it's just like, it's amazing. It fucking is amazing. But like right now we're bringing on an inker to help Bladen out. There's just we're going to have April by the middle of the year is probably going to need to get an assistant. There's just a lot going on.
Yeah.
And right now we're trying to get I'm working with like 3 different musicians right now to cut a music track for this project we're working on. And I just don't have the wherewithal that I had before to be able to keep up with everything going on.
Well,
Which is cool.
that is one of the effects, the side effects of
Yes.
growing your brand and growing your team. So it's
Yes.
just,
There's a lot of amazing side effects, to be
Yes.
fair. And that looks so cool, Mr. Hunter.
it really
Look at
does.
all 4 of those great characters in there.
Dibs.
I heard that.
It looks so good. It's funny. As we make more and more characters, as we design more characters, it's really interesting to see again people's different takes on them. That's why every character that you see is actually designed by Bladen and myself before it goes to just about anybody, with the exception of that being Underland. And I had told Lieris what I wanted to see for Underland, and it just really fit her style, which was awesome. It was a very cool way to bring things together.
I had a lot of fun reading the digital for Underland.
Oh man, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Oh,
The second issue is done. I'm just waiting on. I'm waiting on before we mail that. We put that issue to print. It was actually on a campaign where we had 2 different issues, and we did that twice. We will never do that again. But it was set up so that we would mail them out at the same time. So I am having to wait for the other issue to get done before we can mail those out. But it's awesome. It looks great. I remember having a conversation with Gregbo Watson about the Jabberwock when I first started designing it. Because a lot of people don't know, but he designed the Zenoscope's Jabberwock. And,
did he?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yep.
So I was sitting with and talking to him on the phone about it, and I was like, I need it to be something different. And he was like, well, what are you going to do? And I was like, I'm going to do a big-ass badger. And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, just like it sounds, big-ass badger, because you're underground. And that's a very that's an animal that likes to be underground. That's why when you see them all the time, they're dirty looking. It's not that they're dirty animals. It's just because they like being in the dirt.
They're digging pools.
Right? So, but our Jabberwock is called Walkie. And he's a ton of fun. He's a massive, fuzzy ball of fun. Speaking of that book,
somebody doesn't talk. He has a bit of a snarky attitude that comes through. It's pretty cool.
yeah, he doesn't get to talk.
No, but you can tell. Cool. It's like, yep, he's got attitude.
Yeah, he's punk ass. Really
I love it.
I enjoy him. You guys did get to see a very little bit of Tweedledee and Tweedledum at the end of that book. They are huge going forward. So they're wild. You're going to also get to meet the Red Queen here shortly. Bunch of characters coming into their own. But I love working on that book too. I love working on all the books, to be fair, and that's therein lies the issue. Yes. A bunch of amazing books, and I cannot keep up with all of them and the way that we want to start putting them out by myself. So it's awesome to be able to have faith in the people that we're bringing on to help us. Put these. If Maya is a vampire, I'm very excited.
Oh,
yeah, I'm so excited. I'm ridiculously excited. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Yeah, make sure we scan that before whoever gets that one, because I'm gonna make a fucking poster out of that shit. We'll get it colored by fucking Headwind or something, or we'll get Sanju to color it, and we'll put it somewhere.
Kemp said he owed me, so I don't know. We'll decide. There's lots of options.
Dude, every time we turn around, we add an incredible new talent. So I can't even.
Any one of those names that were mentioned would be amazing. So
I used to be able to tell you about people that we worked with. I could tell you about their lives. I could tell you about their families, their kids. I can't tell you about shit hardly anymore. Just because outside of the people that I work with every day, but I used to be able to take the time to learn and talk about stuff like that. And
That's one of the tougher changes, I imagine.
It
Yeah.
is because
Yeah.
I'm a very personable person, so it makes it very strange. Like if I can't remember your name, I feel awful, right? Like I'm awful. And my wife, she used to tease me so bad because I used to be like, "Hey, lady," you know what I mean, or "Hey, guy."
And she just look at you. She's
Yeah,
just,
she called on real quick. And
you don't know who they are, do you?
no, I didn't. And they're talking to me like we're best friends, and I'm just like, hey, sorry, I feel awful, but I don't remember. And it was like, and that's what it's like now. But I'm grateful because we have an amazing management team, so they're able to know who they're working with and know what they've got going on for each project and stuff. And I find that to be so valuable, you know, when we're working with up 70, 80 different fucking amazingly talented folks. It comes to the point where, yes, you have to have your leads, you have to have your directors, you have to have your managers, you know. And I love that format. Like I've always wanted comics to go back to the bullpen. You know, I really do. I love being able to work with our friends all over the world, but I would love to have all these motherfuckers in one building, you know, and be able to just shoot the shit with them and fucking bring in donuts on Fridays. You know what I mean? Like, I wish it could be like that. And maybe one day we've talked about it. We've talked about making so we're talking about moving, right? We're in the next couple of years when my daughter gets out of college. But we were talking about building last year before I got sick, you know, and so we're looking at building a space where we can have ethereal artists come in and do signatures and, you know, even, you know, I love Coffin Con. Like that is just the coolest thing in the world to me, right?
Yep.
But I'll say this, I helped run a show with a $500,000 budget once, and it's not something I ever want to do again.
Oh no.
And there are a lot of people out there that are just fucking dicks. You know, like we had some of the most famous cats from because the gentleman that was financing the show wanted older people. Those were the type of folks he wanted, older actors and stuff like that, and older comic artists. And I kept telling him that half these cats no one knew who they were. You know what I mean? But it's his money. That's what he wanted to do. And we had.
I know who they are. That's really all that matters. It's like, well,
yeah, basically, right? That doesn't make you any fucking money though. But you know, so like the coolest cats there were the duo that had created Jessica Rabbit. And
cool.
They each did a Jessica Rabbit for me and my wife. And it was awesome. I'm a big fan. I mean, she's tattooed on my entire calf. Like my whole right calf is Jessica Rabbit. But it's like when you bring people on, you have to have a type of respect and knowledge about individuals. You know, you each have they're people, right? They're not just actors. They're not slabs of meat. They're people. They're not just writers. They're not just artists. And I think sometimes we have an expectation for how people are and who they are, you know, because we've seen them or heard of them or whatever else. I think we have these fantastical ideas sometimes that people are going to be the way that we want them to be in our mind, you know, and so many dicks at that show. But so, oh my God, I had one dude that I was, you know, helping out and stuff. And like, I picked him up from the airport and, you know, I wasn't his handler, but I was helping him out. And I picked him up from the airport and got him to the hotel. He belittled me from the fucking airport to his hotel room. And then got shitty with me because there was no restaurants open at 2:00 in the fucking morning. And he was trying to tell me that I needed to have the hotel make him a cheeseburger. Oh, it was not great. It was not great.
Oh, that is.
Oh, I would have been like, good luck. Have a nice day.
So my ass is like trying to get into the bar down the street to get a fucking burger made and stuff. Yeah, it was not great.
Entitled people.
It was not great. So, but for Ethereal, I would love to have a space my wife and I were talking about 1,800 square foot of office space,
Mhm.
like that we could almost like what I have behind me, but to a larger degree, with a almost like a tiny little apartment attached to it that we could have. We could bring people in for shows, you know,
Yeah,
and it was just something cool. It was a cool idea.
it is a cool idea.
I just I always think about the short term goals. Long term's great, but I love short term because I can fucking rock that shit out. So those are things that we're working on right now. But I'm very excited. We're gonna cut out here in just a second, but I'm very excited about the Christmas books going out. I hope everybody loves their digitals. I think they're beautiful. I was very, very excited about how well they came out. Everybody literally gave it, as usual, 110 fucking percent for every piece that came out. But you just had some gorgeous, gorgeous covers, including this one. We only did a couple covers for the Christmas book.
Yep.
Most of the really pretty stuff was on the interior, but we did, like this one was so much fun. That was just a fun cover. It really, really was. And
I had to grab the snow elf.
right, such a fun cover. So we got a bunch of those that are coming in. Like I said, it'll be the end of this month, early next month that the Christmas books will start going out. But more and more Underland books are going out right now.
Yay.
So I just saw Nate's name somewhere. I did just see Nate's name somewhere. I honestly, we got.
I like cards.
We got cards too. Oh shit!
Dun dun dun.
Oh, speaking of cards, check these out. I only have a couple, because they're like demos, but these are the ethereal cards. And if you've got anything from us, we do the ethereal cards that are exclusive to Kickstarter. But these are blank sketch cards for ethereal. Super, super cool. Absolutely love those. I need to send some of those to Bladen and some of those to April so they can. Oh, he's got a lot on his plate right now to handle.
Yeah.
You said these, and I'm not seeing anything.
I'm not
Oh,
even.
you didn't see it? Oh, check it out. They're blank collectors.
I'm pretending. What I can see.
Oh, amazing!
Whatever.
Fabulous.
But one of the cool things about the cards that we do that you guys are getting on the Kickstarter, you may or may not enroll into them. But they're exclusive and they will not be printed in the card packs that come out next year. So we have blister packs that will be dropping on collectible cards next year. That's cool news too. So should be super fun. Because some of our look at some further.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, scan those too. Those are cards. Hey, man, look, I'm one of those people that is like, waste not, want not. If you've taken the time to draw something, we need to do something with it instead of just stick it in the file. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I'm so excited for this monsters cover that we're going to see from Mr. Hunter. And again, check the emails if you've been looking for your Christmas cover or Christmas special edition.
And before Christmas.
Yes. Because we often get put into the spam folders and get stopped by spyware stuff for some reason. So make sure you check out your rubbish bins and all that jazz. But if you don't get it, just let me know and I'll send you a link to it. Thanks again so very much, guys, and I hope you have a great weekend.
Have an awesome evening, everyone.
Have a good night, everyone.
Oh my gosh, click the button.